I'm Chris Jackimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broke in through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired a little over a year ago, I set forth as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. Every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. No matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night. We're back at Limaland tonight. A little bit of short track action. Not sure if that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Clayton, we're about to find out. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Hope you and the family had great holidays. Man, what do you think about tonight at Limaland?
Yes, sir. Good to be back. Happy New Year to all the viewers out there. I'm kind of predicting what practice is showing right now. I think everybody's going to be around the top. We might see some contact with the wall, maybe some stack ups. I'm hoping we don't, but the trend this year has been a little on the aggressive side, and that's led to some not so good racing. So maybe new year, new style of driving for some of these guys, but I definitely think with the 358, it's going to be around the top and a big momentum fest. Hopefully we can get some two-lane racing here, but these guys are going to have to burn a lane out of the track. Looks like it's slicking off pretty good right now, but they'll have to keep working on it and hopefully get two distinct lines of racing.
Yeah, man, I finally got out on the track with these guys. Yeah, last week, as you know, was a week off. We did have a couple of fun runs, one in the 358 modified and one in the midget. And I got to tell you, different perspective from the seat. These guys, it was a little rough, slightly aggressive. I was a part of that, of course. But usually in leagues, you see cars clobbering each other and just getting all over, running into the back and doing all kinds of craziness. These guys, man, it seems like they were running just 2 inches apart, and all the incidents came from just slight contact, maybe the wheels or tires bouncing off of each other, but it was down to the inch on how close they were running together. So from the seat, little different perspective. Thought it was super aggressive driving that was our problem, but I think these drivers are just so precise, man. It was eye-opening from the seat, so that was good to see. Anyway, we're back. Let's call the cars off the track, get the show underway. See Randy Carter out in the audience. Roxanne, welcome back. Happy New Year to you guys, and let's get the show underway. All drivers, clear the track. All drivers, clear the track, please. All right, drivers, Happy New Year. Welcome to week 10 at Limaland. A little short track racing going on. We'll go over the rules real quick for you. Don't forget, the initial starts are on green. Restarts are on the leader. Leader picks inside or outside. Bring out 2 cautions in any race. Heat race, Consi, or the feature, and you are done in that division for the night. Call-outs. We've had some issues with call-outs. We're going to start watching that a little bit closer. If it's determined that it was a call-out against another driver or the staff of Friday Night Lights, you are looking at a suspension. Minimum 1 week, depends on the severity of the call-out. Quick time award still in play, $10 a week. Intentional contact is never acceptable at any time. Again, that is another suspension if you get caught determined to be intentional contact. Don't forget to go to Discord if you finish in the top 3 for your interview, time permitting. Single file when we get 10 to go. I think that's all I have. Fellas, we're at a short track. We're back after the new year. I'm going to ask you all to be patient, but then again, you got to put Got to put your car in that points battle as the dash for cash is coming real quick. So without further ado, any questions, comments, or concerns from the drivers? My Christmas was fabulous.
Awesome.
All right, fellas, here we go. Good luck. See Rhonda and Gail joining us from the East Coast. Nick Berry is out there. Nick, welcome back. Great to see you out on the track in the midgets last week. You and I didn't do real good, but dang it, we were out there giving her a try, if nothing else. Man, our Christmas and New Year's out here in California was absolutely wonderful. Getting a little bit of weather. We were supposed to be on the real track in the dwarf car last Monday, New Year's Day, and got rained out. We're supposed to be on the track tomorrow for a makeup, and that's going to get rained out. So we have a little bit of extra time to get the car set up. Out on the track, it is the 32 car. That is Anthony Morano. As always, we got to go on board that 32. Say good evening to his wife, Sherry, who rides on board a 32 machine during Friday Night Lights. Sherry, great to see you on the car. Hope you're out there enjoying the show. Sam Bachman in the 007, top of the board. 12.891 for Sam Bachman. Michael Vitale in the 213. He's second quick, 12.893. Anthony Morano, third quick, 12.901. Andrew Wright in that 22 machine, or Brandon Wright, my apologies, 12.979. Jack Clevenger in the 78 is out on track. 11th quick, 13.040 for Jack. Dylan DeWert in that 20 machine. 8th quick, 13.011 for DeWert. The 110, that's Kelly Wheeler. He's up to 4th, now 5th quick, 12.933. By compliments of that 56 car, Randy Shreves. 4th quick, 12.916 for Randy Shreves. 12 car, Caden Berry, top of the board. 12.856 for the 12 car. See if anybody has anything, and of course they do. That's CSC's Michael Carter, 12.852, top of the board with your current quick time. Billy Roberts, the Gears Unlimited 99 machine, out on track, 19th quick, 13.066. James Ingram out on track in the 40, 13.081. 20th quick for Ingram. Billy Roberts is 21st quick. Brandon Combs in the 28, out on track. See how he does on his first lap here. Top of the board, 28 car with your quick time. 12.847 for Brandon Combs on his first lap. Looks like we're going to have another full feature tonight, Clayton. 26 cars I'm counting in the field. Looks like Brandon Combs will be your quick time with a 12.847. Looks like we do have about 15 seconds left. A little bit of information from the Facebook page. I found this interesting. A little bit of statistics in the female viewers of Friday Night Lights. There were as many or more females 55 years or older than all other females below 55 by a pretty big margin. So thought that was pretty cool. Heat one of the grid. Heat one of the grid, please. All right, fellas, you guys know the drill. Leader, I need you 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Restarts are on the leader. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Brandon Combs, Sam Bachman on the front row. Randy Shreves, Brandon Wright in row number 2. Clay Christopherson, Braden Carter in row number 3. Dylan Kinsey, Chris Cox in 4. Sabrina Smith rounds out your field of 9 drivers. Congratulations to the 28 car, Brandon Combs, with your quick time. Pace truck has the field. We're about to get the night underway. Roxanne Jones cheering on Braden Carter. He'll be coming out of the third row in the bright pink number 5 machine. Green flag is out. We're underway. 8 laps. Top 4 moving on. Combs down to the bottom side in that 28. Looks like we're going to go 3 and 4 wide behind them here at Limaland early. Sam Bachman in P2. Randy Shreves P3. Brandon Wright in a P4, the final transfer, as Clay Christopherson, the FTM driver, trying to get down to the bottom and make his way past that 22 machine. Looks like the transfer spot's going to be hotly contested, Clayton.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like everybody's kind of running the middle right now. I'm not seeing Christopherson really gain much, but also not lose anything. I don't think the bottom's there with the slick patches all the way around. Carter's going to clear him here. Man, it's already forming into a single file racetrack, so hopefully these guys can burn that middle away quick and we can see some good stuff later. Kind of strange to see Braden Carter outside of a transfer spot right now. He's going to have to go to work the second half of this heat race.
Yes, sir. Brandon Combs, Sam Bachman, Randy Shreves, Brandon Wright in the IC number 22, lap 5 of 8. Braden Carter has a few more laps to make his move. He pulls up on the inside of the 22. CSC driver out of Virginia. See who has it at the line. Braden Carter down low. Thought about a slide jump. Not enough room. 2 laps to go. Brandon Carter battling it out with Brandon Wright battling it out with Braden Carter. My apologies. Looks like Braden Carter is on the edge of not making the feature. Side by side with the 22. This is the battle for the final transfer. Up front, Brandon Combs has company. Sam Bachman is coming. Shreves, Brandon Wright will hold off the 5 car. Combs, Bachman, Shreves, Wright to the feature. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, same story. You guys know the drill. Leader 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Restarts are on the leader. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Good luck. Michael Carter, Michael Vitale on the front row. Kelly Wheeler, Dylan DeWert in row number 2. Anthony Marfulio, Jack Clevenger in row number 3. Billy Roberts, Greg Parmalee in row number 4. Heath Dyke round out your field of 9 drivers. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit, Clayton. Can't have that happen.
Yeah, I feel you there. 20 and 30 degrees all day has done its number on me for sure.
Oh, I bet. You can see leaders laying way off the pace truck. We'll tighten that up next time around. As Michael Carter brings us to the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Michael Carter, Michael Vitale on the front row. As always, like to thank that 213 car driver, Michael Vitale, United States Air Force member.
Look at Marfulio on the very bottom, picking up 2 spots already in the heat race.
The 238 finds his way on the bottom. A little bit of contact with Vitale. That pushes Vitale into the outside wall. They go 3 wide behind him. Someone is spun around. Didn't see who that was. It is Carter. He is on the high side. Anthony Marfulio is making that bottom work. 238 car digging on the bottom. Michael Vitale is able to recover. That's Gears Unlimited car. He's in P2. Dylan DeWert in the 20 is in the 4th and final transfer position. 238 of Marfulio starting to fade a little bit here.
Yeah, he's moved up almost 2 lanes from what he got those spots with, man. I'd like to see him get back to the bottom and show the fans out there, and hopefully the other drivers at the bottom can still work. Because, man, he picked up a few, and now he's just falling back to 4th. Hopefully he can hold on to a transfer.
Michael Carter, Michael Vitale, DeWert, and Marfulio, your top 4. Anthony Marfulio about to have company. That's Kelly Wheeler in the black and red 110. Jack Clevenger in the 78. They need to get by that 238 car. Got 2 laps to get it done. It'll be Michael Carter taking us to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Michael Carter, Vitale, DeWert, and Marfulio. Don't look now. 111 car slides in. Michael Carter's got company. DeWert down on the bottom side. It'll be Carter, Vitale, DeWert, and Marfulio moving on. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, you guys know the drill. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Good luck. Caden Berry, Anthony Morano on the front row. Logan Wentz, Randall Dixon in row number 2. Donald Ingram, Joseph Grandy in row number 3. James Ingram, Jesse Ingram in row number 4. Jason Haynes rounds out your field of 9 drivers. So here we go. First YOB showing tonight. That is the 12th car, the youngster out of New Hampshire. On the inside of the front row, he's got Morano on his outside. Watch that 518 car. That's Joseph Grandy. He doesn't run with as much. When he does, he's usually towards the front. We're about to see if that holds true. As Caden Berry is coming off of turn 4, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We're underway. Berry on the bottom. You got Morano on the high side. Logan Wentz is going to follow that 12 car. Berry with enough room to slide up and get to the outside. That will trap Wentz down low. Randall Dixon in the 011 is the 4th and final transfer driver. As Joseph Grandy in the 518. He's digging. First car on the outside looking in. Wentz still rolling the bottom. He's up to P2, making the bottom work.
Yeah, he might have seen. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nope.
I was just saying he might have seen what Marfulio was doing there. You see him in 3 and 4. Below the slick is somewhat working right now. Not sure if it'll hold on once these guys get momentum up. It'll take a few laps, but he's kind of maintaining right now with Morano there. It's a pretty good sign for the feature. Hopefully that thing will stick around.
Randall Dixon in the 011 car in the final transfer. Here comes the 518 of Grandy. Jesse Ingram in the lucky 777 is with us. Jason Haynes. Donald Ingram in the 10 car. I'd like to thank Donald for his service also. Looks like we got a host of Ingrams running in 6th, 8th, and 9th. Up front, Caden Berry setting sail in that 12 car, getting it done. Rhonda out there.
Oh, Joseph Grandy just turned Dixon on the front stretch here.
That will bring out our first caution with 2 to go.
And Grandy was possibly lining him up, my apologies, for maybe a slider or maybe forcing him up a lane or something, and just a little too much throttle there. Not sure if Randall checked up or if that was more on Grandy, but definitely a tough break as both of them are going to drop to the back, and the lucky triple number 7 takes over that 4th and final spot.
Yes, indeed. Georgia driver Jesse Ingram now in the top 4 with 2 to go. Green-white checkers coming out. Caden Berry in the 12 car leading the field. Morano P2. Wentz. Jesse Ingram. Don't look now. That's the Canadian driver, 66 car. Jason Hines. He wants a transfer to the feature. 1 lap to go. Caden Berry starting to put a little distance between himself and second place Morano. Caden Berry, 2 more corners to navigate for the youngster. Goes into 3, coming out of 4. Looks like it's going to be Berry, Morano, Wentz, Ingram. Your top 4 moving on. Concy to the grid. Concy to the grid, please. All right, drivers, you know the drill. Same story, 15 laps this time to get it done. Top 8 moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Braden Carter, Kelly Wheeler on the front row. Jason Haynes, Clay Christopherson in row 2. Jack Clevenger, I'll get it out here in a minute. Joseph Grandy in row number 3. Chris Cox, Billy Roberts. Randall Dixon, Dylan Kinsey in row number 5. Greg Parmalee, James Ingram in row number 6. Sabrina Smith, Heath Dyke in row number 7. Donald Ingram rounds out your field of 15 drivers. Did I get that wrong, Clayton? How many we got moving on?
12 to the show.
12 heading to the show. 3 cars heading home. Rondo, TJ Hart back in the house. TJ, welcome back, sir. It's great to see you. Nick Berry cheering on that 12 car. Gail cheering on the 12 car as she does every week. Green flag is out. We are underway. It's Braden Carter on the bottom side. The 110 of Kelly Wheeler on the high side. Little bit of contact. Chris Cox. 12 moving on. That's right back here in this mess. It's hard to tell who is 12th. Greg Parmalee in the 78 looks like, or in the 04, is in the 12th position. So two Ingrams and Sabrina Smith are falling out of contention. Slide job comes from the 031. That's Sabrina Smith. Up front, Kelly Wheeler has his hands full of the youngster out of Virginia. That is Braden Carter. Slide job coming. Crossover. Billy Roberts in P3. Joseph Grandy went to the back of his heat race. He's out on track. Clay Christopherson in the 51. Dylan Kinsey in the 83. Oh, a little bit of slide up there. Heath Dyke, the driver out of Australia, gives the right rear to the 1-1 or 0-1-1 of Randall Dixon. Donald Ingram now. It's hard to tell who's in that 12th position. Currently, Greg Parmalee in the 04 red and gray machine.
Yeah, Parmalee's still holding on to 12. Oh, they're going to save it.
Sounded like we had some action up front, and I missed it. Billy Roberts, whoa, he cuts off Grandy. Roberts almost had a run on Braden Carter. Billy Roberts at the front of the field. Joseph Grandy in the 518. Braden Carter holding on, lap 9 of 50.
Oh, Grandy's going to come up.
Billy Roberts and Grandy. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. What good racing we had. That's the 518 and the 99. Grandy just, net code there, but he would have come up anyway. Grandy gets into that 99. Clay Christopherson piles in. The 83 car piles in. Replays and Friday Night Lights brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. Had a good email conversation with the bank CEO, Jay Burdick, this afternoon. Wishes all the drivers the best of luck. Gail, thank you, ma'am. Happy New Year. Tightening the field back up. Let's see who is Jason Haynes back there. So the 83 car to his outside. Dylan Kinsey, I believe. They're going to take it 3 wide at Limaland. Yikes! That's not going to work.
Get turned.
We'll line them up and do it again. Braden Carter still at the front of the field. Oh, contact at the front of the field. Clayton's expecting snow tomorrow. California, we're expecting a little bit of rain, so be in the garage wrenching on the car. Don't know what's going on. Probably similar to the rest of you. I remember stationed in Delaware. Nor'easters would come in and really pound us pretty hard. Hope everyone is safe and warm tonight. Lap 11 of 15. Billy Roberts, Braden Carter at the front of the field. CSC Gears Unlimited. Pace truck is off. Top 12 moving on. That's a look right back here in this mess. The 66 car. Looks like James or
Well, Grandy disconnected, so only the last 2 are going home. So they're 3 wide for that final
Oh,
spot.
contact. They're going to drive.
David
Oh,
Boys, Ingram's around.
getting a little bit dicey in the back. None of these drivers want to head home. I get it. Roxanne Jones cheering on that 5 car. Roxanne is in South Dakota, if my memory serves me. Probably a little bit chilly in South Dakota this evening. Tonight's 358 Modifieds brought to you by Tight Lines Apparel. I'd like to thank Tight Lines Apparel for their support of Friday Night Lights for the past few seasons. Roxanne is in Virginia, so I'm getting Roxanne mixed up with...
And the 78's around. Take a look here. Oh.
Grandy is out. 2 cars will be heading home. Roxanne, my apologies. I think I got you mixed up with Kale's mom, who is in South Dakota.
Looked like Chris Cox just jumped the gun a little bit there and turned him coming to the green. None of these guys want to go home, and unfortunately, Chris Cox just landed himself in the prime seat to go home, so we're going to see what that 515 can do from the back.
As Clayton's trying to get the field line back up. Chris Cox, Jack Clevenger, that's the 78 and the 515, battling for the final position, which is currently held by the Ingrams, Donald and James. That's father and son. Looks like Jack will get by the 40 car. Chris Cox has some work to do. Prior champion of Friday Night Lights.
Clevenger's gonna transfer.
Chris Cox get up there. 1 lap to go. Braden Carter front of the field. They are nose to tail, which is exactly where I would be if I were in a transfer. Oh, Billy Roberts gets loose. Oh, it was after the flag. My apologies. Chris Cox heading home. 3 minutes of warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The feature is on the track. All right, drivers, 30 laps to get it done. Same rules apply. Leader, I'm going to need all leaders under caution or restart a little bit closer to the pace truck than you have been. Again, 30 laps to get it done. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Restarts are on the leader. Good luck. Combs Carter on the front row. Barry Bachman in row 2. Vitaly Morano in row number 3. Shreves DeWert in row number 4. Wentz Wright in 5. Marfulio Ingram in 6. Carter Roberts in 7. Wheeler Dixon in 8. Dyke Clay Christopherson in 8. Smith Parmerly in 10. Must have skipped the row. Kenzie Haynes in row number 11. Donald Ingram, Jack Clevenger round out your complete field of 24 drivers. We have only had one feature this season in Friday Night Lights that did not have a 24-car feature. That was a 360 sprint car race that had 23, I believe. So big shout out to all the drivers and all the fans out there watching us. We were told when we started this that this was a big mistake. You can't race on iRacing on a Friday and it be successful. And you guys have definitely proved everyone wrong that told me we couldn't do this. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. As the green flag is out, Brandon Combs to the front. Michael Carter in the 15. Little bit of contact there. Caden Berry on the bottom side. Berry rolling the bottom. Looks like he's going to get the bottom to work. It's Berry at the line. Caden Berry moves up. Combs and Carter, they're going to fight for that outside. Berry's on the bottom, taking the lead. We got crossovers and slide jobs going on. Caden Berry running where no one else is. Sam Bachman in the James Bond 007 is going to follow the 12 car. Clayton Berry's putting some distance between himself and the field.
Yeah, not to discredit those two, but Brendan Combs and Carter, you know, they both want P2 to go hunt down Caden, but they both want it just as hard. And we got Brandon Carter around. We got a big one in one. But yeah, Caden seeing sliders in his rearview mirror is exactly what he wants to see right now. Caden able to pull away. We'll see if he can do it again next restart.
Put the youngster up 2 positions on the start in that 12 car. Won't be long until that bottom will be completely full of cars now that the youngster out of New Hampshire went down there and made that work. 0-5 Braden Carter to the rear of the field in that last incident. Rhonda's got to be jumping out of her seat with that 12 car. Nick Berry. Rhonda. It's going to give P3 to that 007. That's Bachman. If Michael Carter and Brandon Combs aren't careful, They're going to use up their stuff up there, beating and banging on each other on the high side. Barry still rolling the bottom and making it work. Good run off the high side by Combs. Combs and Carter up on the cushion. Looks like they're starting to make a little bit of ground on the youngster in the 12 car. Bachman is down there to work in the 20.
Caution, 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 caution.
Yes, Caden Berry still holds the front of the field. Randy Carter out in the audience from Virginia. Randy Carter Painting, title sponsor of our Pro Late Model division. Randy, as always, sir, thank you for tuning in. Won't be long, you'll be at the real track. Yes, we only have, we're in week 10. We have week 15 and then the Dash for Cash. Put some pretty exciting stuff together for next season, next October. It's going to be different, and I'm pretty excited, and we'll let that out here probably midsummer, July timeframe. It's going to be something like you have not seen before on iRacing that I'm aware of. As the pace truck, the lights are off. We're getting ready to go back green. Caden Berry on the inside. Michael Carter to his rear bumper. Let's see if Carter follows that 12 car. Good restart by Berry. Good restart by Brandon Combs on the high side. Combs, he's going to run the middle and slide off. Berry into the bottom tire, just a touch. Running that bottom as low as you can get. Michael Carter, where did Carter go? He got back to the high side in that 15 CSC ride. So we got 3 different lanes. Combs running the middle, Berry running the bottom. Now we're getting the train on the high side. Track starting to get slick. Berry still making the bottom work.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
So much bite out of 4 on the bottom. It's all moisture down there still. That's where Caden's kind of getting the ground picked back up. And then off of 2, it seems Brandon Combs can reel him in just a tick. So right now it's pretty equal, and it's just going to matter on which one dies off first. My guess will be the top with how many cars are running up there compared to the bottom. But if we run 19 more laps, I'm sure we'll both know the answer.
Yes, we will. And sometimes, even though that middle looks slick, you can find something late race in the middle of this track. And that's where Combs is starting to run right now. He is sliding up high on exit. Michael Vitale back there. Anthony Marfulio in the 238 driver out of the Boston area. He's rolling the bottom. Brandon Wright in that 22 Icy Machine. He's on the high side. Jesse Ingram, Billy Roberts. We're 3 wide in the back. That's Clay Christopherson on the bottom. They make it through. Clay Christopherson, Randy Shreves in the 56.
Oh, Caden's got company now.
We got a battle at the front. Yes, sir. It's Michael Carter. Carter now. He goes to the middle. Oh, turns the 28 car.
Oh.
This is going to be a tough call. Let's take a look. Michael Carter in the 15, little bit of contact as they went in. Yeah, a little bit of net code. You heard Michael Carter on the race comms. Definitely a little bit of net code there. We'll let Clayton make that call. No penalties due to net code, so we'll line them back up and go again. Caden Berry still at the front of the field. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to the youngster. Gets a good start on that bottom side. Michael Carter moves up. Berry onto the tire. Rolling the bottom. Looks like he's barely moving, but he's getting a good run off a corner exit. Dylan DeWert in the mix in the 20 car. Michael Carter banging the high side in that 15 machine. Caution comes back out. We will go single file from here on out, trying to get the more green flag laps in here.
Man, I wanted to see what Brandon Combs and Carter could do together with Caden.
Did Brandon Combs exit?
No, he's rolling. He's picked up 3 spots since the start.
Back in 21st is the 28 car. It will be Caden Berry taking us back to green. Roxanne Jones cheering on the 15 car. Rhonda cheering on the 12. Both those cars at the front of the field. Lights are off on the pace truck. Looks like the entrance to 3 is totally slick all the way out to the wall. Dean Reynolds.
Yeah, Caden's bottom is gone.
Out in the audience. He's getting still a good run, as you mentioned. Off the bottom, the exit of turn 4 still has some grip down there. And the exit of 2, actually. Michael Carter pulling up on the outside of the 12 car. Side by side, how will they come across the line on lap 19 of 30? It will be Carter at the line. Will he tuck down? He will. 15 car goes down low. He pulls in front of the youngster. Virginia battling New Hampshire. Barry now, he's going to move off the bottom, see if he can't make something happen. Dylan DeWert is up there. Anthony Morano. Anthony Marfulio is up 6. Billy Roberts is up 8. Clay Christopherson, he's up 10. Greg Parmalee in the 0-4, he is up 11 from the start. Dylan Kinsey in that 83 machine, he is up 10. Jack Clevenger in the 78 gets into the outside wall, he is up 11 from the start. We got good racing all throughout the field as the track is starting to slicken up. Let's check in on Brandon Combs, the 28 car. He's still rolling the bottom. You can see him on the brakes down there. Braden Carter in the 0-5. He pulls in front of Heath Dyke. Up front, Michael Carter now give him the lead, and it's going to be a tough chore to get back by him. Michael Carter, Barry DeWert, your top 3. Michael Carter coming up to lap traffic here momentarily. We've had lap traffic play a role in some of our race results here.
We got into
777 into the outside wall. The caution had come out on lap 26 of 30. Dean Reynolds commenting from the audience. Not sure why that car isn't out on the track. It's probably out on the road somewhere goofing off. Calls it work. Dean, thanks for tuning in.
From time to time.
Yeah, I found out that I work for the National Park Service doing construction contracts. Just found out that I'm going to be 3 months the branch chief of the Northeast Division. So I'll get to go up Northeast and check all the national parks. So looking forward to that. Quite a little flight from California, but pretty excited about that. I don't know when lobster season is, but I hope it's in that time frame somewhere.
I know down in Florida, it was during the springtime, I believe. Well, mini season was 2 days in the spring.
What month?
In the springtime, February or March.
Oh.
I only did it once or twice. But if I
I'll be
remember correctly.
April, May, June, I'll be on the East Coast visiting the
Wow.
parks. Michael Carter with the restart. Carter buried the wort at the front of the field on lap 27 of 30. Anthony Marfulio, he's still giving that 238, trying to dig on the bottom side. Morano, close. The 20 car, Dylan DeWert, he's trying to get by that 12 car. Now DeWert on the bottom. Caden Berry has shown his versatility. The youngsters up on the high side with Michael Carter on lap 29 of 32 to go. DeWert, he wants that second position. Anthony Marfulio wants a podium in the 238. He's got to get by the 20 car. 1 lap to go. Michael Carter at the point. Barry dives down low, slide job, crossover coming. Can Barry hold the outside? They make contact.
Oh,
The
here comes Caden
15
DeWert.
car has problems. Barry, DeWert, Marfulio, your top three. Top three, start finish line, please. Top three, start finish line. Saw sparks coming out of the back of the 15 car, beating and banging to the line. We'll get a word with your top three here momentarily.
Man, it looked like the 15 just, like, shut off.
Yeah, there were sparks coming out of that car. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. Yeah, he had some problems for sure.
That broken rear end, man. Tough break.
Let's see if I can get this set up. We'll get a word with your top three. Anthony Marfulio is in the booth. The 238 car of Anthony Marfulio moves up 8 positions. Anthony, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, that was pretty good racing. I'm a little bit surprised, not surprised that the 238 was down low, but a little bit surprised at the quality of the racing, man. Great run. Walk us through your night there.
Yeah, I mean, me and Caden were talking the whole time, and it was just seemed like it was pretty bottom dominant for the most time, and just bide my time on the bottom. Just tried to keep it clean, and you know, on the last lap, I tried to get a run around 1 and 2 around the top to maybe be able to get a run down the backstretch, and was able to sneak away with a third here.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, but it's great to see you back on the podium, man. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a podium finish in Week 10 358 Modifieds?
Just you guys for putting this on, Clayton, for doing that, all the you know, discussion with what's going on during the races. You know, Caden for helping me out, kind of telling me where some lines are. Also, my wife for allowing me to do this while she takes care of the 1-year-old before he goes to bed. So, and also all the drivers, everyone kind of kept it clean for the most part. Once we got the single file restarts, I felt like it was some great racing, and everyone kind of kept their patience under them.
Man, you know what I love about this? I was just listening to you talk. There was a time where we spoke and you had a girlfriend, not a wife, and now she's your wife. And I thank you for sticking around with us for so long, man. It's greatly appreciated. Great to have you back on the podium, my friend. And yeah, just thank you.
All right. Thank you, Joe, and we'll see what we can do for the rest of the races to come.
Right on, man. Have a good night.
You too.
See if Clayton caught up to Dylan DeWert.
Yeah. Hey, Dylan, it's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
Oh, another day, man. Man, we saw that 20 kind of up front all day, or all race there. It looked like you were maintaining a top 5, top 10, and just able to stay out of trouble, man. The 20 car looked fast there at the end. I thought you might have had a shot at the win, but let's go a little earlier in the race, man. What would you have possibly needed to do different to maybe pick up a few more spots and be in an even better position come checkered flag?
You know, I don't think there would have been much different. I kind of feel like I might have gotten the tires too hot, to be honest, for the end of the race. But otherwise, I was just trying to be there at the end, and I was. And things happened, and I probably could have shut the door a little bit better on Caden, but I didn't want to do that to him. But honestly, it worked out in my favor, I suppose. The few things that did happen, I was just trying to keep it clean, stay off of people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. You look great out there. Who do you got to thank on that 20 ride for a podium finish?
Oh, all the boys at FTM, Gunner with Spawn Speed Shop, Dean with Super Dirt Car. I guess my family for dealing with me doing this, for hours on end at times. You guys for putting us on. And I guess what else do I got? I got Bombs Tech Services out of Ohio, so them too.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats on a podium finish. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you a few more times tonight. You keep the momentum going, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Fourth there between you and Carter. Great run by that 12 car, man. What did it take? What did it take to get that done?
I was just rolling the bottom at the beginning. It was just super fast and dominant, and then I seen Michael or whoever it was got by me on the outside. I believe it was Michael there, and I knew the top was gonna start to come in, and that's when I followed in between him, about right behind him, and was just keeping pace with him. And I knew I was fast enough to win that race all night long, and on the last lap there, I had to throw a slider in 1 and 2 because I knew he was gonna know that I was gonna try to throw a Hail Mary in 3 and 4, and that's what people are usually used to, seeing a slider for the win on the last corner of 3 and 4. So had to switch it up and make it different and try it in 1 and 2 and made it work. And he came up the track and kind of hit me. I don't know if it was a racing deal or what, but I believe it was. So no, it was just a really good win, and just had to be patient and race hard and be aggressive.
Yeah, man. Another feature win for the 12 car. Hint, hint to you and the audience out there. That may be worth some cash next season, but another feature win for the 12 car. It's great to see you in victory lane. Who do you want to thank on that ride for your win?
I gotta thank Team Wyobe, and also gotta thank God, my mom and dad. Gotta thank my great grandmother Cece and my Grammy Ryder, my Nana and Grampy, and Cataclysm Computers, CNC Race Designs, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, Stingray, Rocktoos Australia, and also want to thank you guys for being up in the booth. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, 100%. Congratulations. We're going to see you the rest of the night.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right on, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Clayton, there is the 358s. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be with the Pro Late Models right back here at Limaland. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be right back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced. It hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have zero experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
ladies and gentlemen, Pro Late Models, Randy Carter Painting sponsored division out on the track. We are hoping for more racing like we just saw out of the 358 modified side by side. A little bit of beating and banging. Good race by all drivers. That's what we have been looking for. Wasn't too sure what we were going to see here at Limaland, but turned out being a great show. Let's get all the cars off the track, get the show underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, nothing changes. You guys know when to start. Bring out 2 cautions in any race. You're done for that division for the night. Call-outs have got to stop, be it on social media, in our chat, wherever. Call-outs need to stop. We got good racing going on. Let's leave it at that. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. All right, gentlemen, none hurt. Good luck. Can you say that again?
You got a point.
Can you repeat that, please?
Make you automatically stop either.
They said to hold the brakes when you're wrecking instead of sliding down the track. They're all talking right now, but that was the comment.
10-4. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Clayton, the 358's put on a good show. What are you looking from the Pro Late Models?
Hopefully twice as good of a show. That little bit of a rough start, but man, we went single file and them boys had it double file by the time we got into one. Saw a lot of hard racing. I loved the finish. Didn't think anything bad of it. Wouldn't have thought any different if the race finished, you know, with the opposite order of any kind. I loved every bit of it. A nice slider, a crossover, some contact, man. It was a heck of a finish. That's dirt racing 101 right there. Nothing vigilant, nothing out of the ordinary. Hopefully these late models can burn the track up like we saw. I liked how the track looked by the end of the feature. I think these late models will do about the same amount of damage, maybe a little bit more, and we can possibly have another great finish.
05, Braden Carter out on track in that bright pink 05 machine. A youngster out of Virginia, top of the board for Braden Carter. 12.373. Jason Haynes, 66. Driver out of Canada. He's second quick. 12.672. Now Donald Ingram takes that over in the 10-car. Driver out of Georgia. Sabrina Smith shuts it down fifth quick. 12.782. Anthony Marvulio continues his decent run tonight. Fourth quick. 12.676. Clay Christopherson is out on track, or he was. Or did I just lose everybody? There's the 238, fourth quick. Let's not have these problems. 28 car, that's Brandon Combs, 12.788. Good enough for 10th quick. Brandon Combs goes up to second quick in the 28, 12.612. Braden Carter, CSC driver, holding on to that top spot. Randy Shreves, 12.697 quick for Shreves. Caden Berry in the 12 car, 10th quick, 12.779. Lucky 777, that's Jesse Ingram out of Georgia, 12.825. He moves up to 9th quick. Michael Carter, top of the board in the 15 car, knocks his son off the top spot, 12.336 for the driver out of Virginia. Dylan DeWert in the 20 car, 12.739 currently. Michael Vitale out on track. He shuts it down 19th quick, 12.877. So qualifying going in a big hurry. Marfulio getting some extra laps. Currently 8th quick, 12.676 for Marfulio. Vitale is just sitting in the pit there. Looks like Michael Carter in that 15 car will end up with the Pro Late Model Quick Time 12.336 for the CSC driver. Braden Carter P2 12.373. Dylan DeWert 12.545. Brandon Combs. Heat 1 of the grid. Heat 1 of the grid, please. All right, drivers, you know the drill. Leader, I need you a lot closer than we've been tonight to the pace truck. Everyone else, once you get to 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Michael Carter, Brandon Combs on the front row. Sam Bachman, Jesse Ingram in row 2. Caden Berry, Billy Roberts in row number 3. Michael Vitale, Logan Wentz in row number 4. James Ingram rounds out your field of 9 drivers. Congratulations to CSC driver Michael Carter with your quick time. Another $10 to the pot for Michael Carter. Try to get the field lined up here. Braden Carter out there. Roxanne Jones is still with us. Pace truck is off. Green flag is out. We are underway. It's Carter on the bottom. 15 car. He rolls up. Will he slide up and get to that outside? Yes, sir. Get that 15 car in the lead. He is one tough customer. Brandon Combs, Sam Bachman, Jesse Ingram in the 777. That is the 4th and final transfer driver. Don't look now. Here comes that 12 car of Caden Berry. Now he's in the final transfer. Michael Carter setting sail in the 15 car. He'll be in a real late model this year out in Virginia racing. Caden Berry, Jesse Ingram in the 777. He is in the 4th and final transfer. Sam Bachman in the 007. He is the first car on the outside looking in on lap 4 of 8. Logan Wentz, Michael Vitale, Billy Roberts, the Gears Unlimited team. James Ingram in the 40 car. Michael Carter's about to have company. Brandon Combs in that 28 car. Had a little bit of bad luck in the 358s. Looking for the 28 car to make a recovery. Caden Berry swapping positions with Jesse Ingram. Will that open the door for the 007 of Sam Bachman? Berry slides down low. No room for a slider. He holds it down low. Berry on the bottom. Jesse Ingram moves up to the high side. Up front, Brandon Combs is in the tire tracks up that 15 car of Michael Carter. It looks like the action is going to be back here. Caden Berry goes to the high side, gets above the 777. Samuel Bachman in that red 007 looking for one of these drivers to make a mistake. Can't get it done. Carter, Combs, Berry, Ingram, your 4 transfer drivers. Heat 2 the grid. Heat 2 the grid, please. All right, drivers, same story. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Leader going to need you to tighten up to the pace truck just a little bit on the pace laps. Hold a steady pace. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Braden Carter, Donald Ingram on the front row. Anthony Marvulio, Chris Cox in row 2. Sabrina Smith, Joseph Grandy in row number 3. Gary Offit, Kelly Wheeler in row number 4. Heath Dyke round out your field of 9 drivers. Second race in a row, we got a Carter on the pole. As always, big shout out to Randy Carter Painting out of Virginia for sponsoring the Pro Late Model Division. As greatly appreciated, Randy.
And I just noticed I haven't seen Cale Smith tonight. Cale, if you're out there, we miss you, buddy. Wish the whole CSC gang was here. Put on a show for Senior Chief down there in Florida. But hope you're well. Hope you had a happy holiday. Happy New Year.
That's right. No Cale Smith and no Senior Chief in his garage in Florida.
I would say it's too cold to be drinking in the garage, but Florida's probably 80 degrees right now. Bottoms up.
It's Florida. Donald Ingram, Braden Carter on that front row. As always, like to thank Donald Ingram for his service to our country in the United States Air Force. It will be Braden Carter that takes us to the green flag. Green flag is out. Nice new paint scheme. You can't miss that 05. Oh, a little bit of contact. That will shuffle the 10 car to the final. Sabrina Smith gets hard into the inside tire. That upsets the front of that car. Braden Carter's having none of it. The youngster out of Virginia, check it out. 16-year-old driver on the bottom here at Limaland. Anthony Marfulio, P2. Donald Ingram, Sabrina Smith. Gary Offit in the 94. He is the first car on the outside looking in. Des Moines, Iowa driver Chris Cox in the 515. He's back there in P6. Kelly Wheeler is with us. Driver out of Australia. Heath Dyke is not in the field, so not sure where Heath went. Lap 4 of 8 sees Braden Carter with a big lead over Anthony Marfulio, Donald Ingram, and Sabrina Smith. We are nose to tail. Are we going to get a little bit of racing out of the 515 of Chris Cox? He's not known to ride around. It looks like he's going to try to pull up on the rear bumper of that 94 of Gary Offit. Cox will dive down low, get that car to slide up high. 2 laps to go. Braden Carter setting sail at the front of the field. Glides that left front over the tires there. Let's go on board with the youngster out of Virginia on the final lap. You hear that car?
I didn't even see it. I racing through it. Looked like the 94. Gary loops it on the backstretch.
So that will be a green-white checker here.
You know who's going to benefit from that big time? Chris Cox's gap to the transfer is now 1 race car length, no longer half a straightaway. Chris might be throwing something at Sabrina's way here when we go green.
Yes, indeed. Roxanne Jones and Randy Carter, that is Michael and Braden's mom and dad, I believe, out there cheering on the CSC boys, holding down the fort with Cale Smith's absence tonight. Rhonda still out there.
Single file here, boys. On
New
leader
Hampshire.
out of 4. Tighten it up for me, please.
It will be Braden Carter at the front of the field. He brought the 238 of Anthony Marfulio to his rear bumper. Donald Ingram, Sabrina Smith in that 031 car. That is your final transfer driver. Yes, Braden Carter gets a decent restart. The field tried to jump behind him. Sabrina Smith, Donald Ingram in the 10 car. 10 car is in the final transfer. Chris Cox in the 515. That's the red and black ride. He wants a ticket to the feature. Cox slides in behind the 10 car. Iowa driver, Georgia driver, battling it out. Up front, Braden Carter is setting sail in the 05. Carter, Marfulio, Smith, Ingram. Your top 4 transfer. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. You guys know the drill by now. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Dialing to work, Jason Haynes on the front row. Randy Shreves, Clay Christopherson in row number 2. Anthony Morano, Randall Dixon in row number 3. Jack Clevenger, Greg Parmalee in 4. Travis Anderson rounds out your field of 9 drivers. Couple of FTM cars in this one with Dylan DeWert and Clay Christopherson. Yeah, thank you for the correction, Randy. I knew that. My apologies. They obviously aren't brothers. So thank you for that. Green flag is out. We're underway. Dialing to work on the inside. Jason Haynes, driver out of Canada, on his outside. Randy Shreves, Anthony Morano in the 32, is currently in the final transfer. Clay Christopherson trying to get that transfer spot. This is going to be tough for the transfer, Clayton.
Absolutely. We're 6 cars tight right now fighting for it. And I don't know whether to go top or bottom right now. It looks pretty equal.
Dylan DeWert still working the bottom. Jason Hines on the top side. Randy Shreves gets by. Sounds like we had some contact in the back of the field. I did not see it. Shreves getting it done. Anthony Morano in the 32. He moves up to the final transfer. That'll move to, oh, no room on the high side. It looks like Morano came up in front of the 66. Oh, no. That is unfortunate.
Real quick here, Sabrina Smith going to be getting a feature EOL. Jumped the final restart in that last heat race past Donald Ingram and was in third by the time they got to the stripe. So to the back in the feature.
Message from Dean Reynolds. He's at Land of Legends Raceway Banquet. Must be watching us on his phone. As his drivers, FTM boys, are at the front of the field. Dialing to work, Clay Christopherson, Randy Shreves, and Jason Haynes is back in a transfer on lap 5 of 8. Will the FTM boys rough each other up? Dialing to word on the bottom. Clay Christopherson, he's up on the high side. Randy Shreves on the bottom with Jason Hines. We got 2 lanes of racing on lap 7 of 8. Dialing to word at the front of the field. Clay Christopherson in P2. Haynes, Shreves. Here comes Randall Dixon in the 0-1-1. 1 lap to go. Dixon making up ground, running the middle. Up front, dialing to work. Takes the win. Christopherson, Haynes, and Shreves, your top 4. Concy to the grid. Concy to the grid, please. All right, gentlemen, welcome to Concy. Same as the heat races, only 15 laps long. 12 of you moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Sam Bachman, Chris Cox on the front row. Randall Dixon, Logan Wentz in row 2. Kelly Wheeler, Jack Clevenger in 3. Michael Vitale, Gary Offit in row number 4. Greg Parmalee, Billy Roberts in row number 5. Joseph Grandy, Anthony Morano in row number 6. James Ingram, Heath Dyke in row number 7. Travis Anderson rounds out your field of 15 drivers. Looks like Heath Dykes and Travis Anderson and, well, there's Grandy. I was going to say wouldn't make the field, but they have. So only 1 car heading home. All right, drivers, it looks like only 1 car heading home, racing for your starting positions in the feature. Keep that in mind. Put on a great show. Good luck. Pace truck is off. 007 looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. 15 laps. 7 car. Boy, he did not get a good restart. Kind of rolled the bottom. Chris Cox, a driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, on the high side. 5:15, prior champion in the late model division at Friday Night Lights. He will drive that car to the point. Sam Bachman starting to recover on the bottom side. Logan Wentz in the 18 on the high side. Clayton, it looks like the high side might be coming in. It's kind of running the middle, actually.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised with how slick it is entering the corner that they're able to stick it to the middle, but Chris is almost full slick all the way through the corner and kind of getting a little bit of a gap in front of Logan Wentz here.
Joseph Grandy is in the final transfer. Travis Anderson and Heath Dyke did not make the grid, unfortunately. So it looks like Grandy may punch his ticket in. Up front, Chris Cox getting it done, putting a little bit of space between himself and the 018 of Wentz. Wentz now with the 007 of Sam Bachman. Sam Bachman trying to get that bottom to work. It looks like the higher horsepower pro late models are going to get on the high side and eat that high side up. Randall Dixon in the 07. Jack Clevenger in the 78 is up there. Kelly Wheeler in a 110 machine. He's currently in 6th. Gears Unlimited driver, that is Michael Vitale. Again, thank you for your service, Michael. In the 213, driver out of New York. He's in P7 with Morano. FTM driver in P8. Billy Roberts in the Gears Unlimited 99. And Gary Offit round out your field of 10 drivers. Joseph Grandy. Now Greg Parmalee falls back to the final transfer. Up front, Chris Cox, he's got company. That 18 car of Logan Wentz pulled right up to that rear bumper. He's trying to put pressure on that 515 car. This is what it looks like from that right rear. They're right up on that cushion. Looks like Logan Wentz may have got into that wall a little bit. He'll fall back from Chris Cox. Taking a look, that is Greg Parmalee. He is the final transfer driver on lap 13 of 15. James Ingram, I'm showing a lap down. Is that accurate, Clayton? Chris Cox
Yes,
at the
sir.
front of the field. Logan Wentz, Randall Dixon, Sam Bachman, Chris Cox, one lap to go in that 5:15 on lap 15. It will be Cox who is the final transfer. It will be the 04 of Greg Parmalee. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break and we will be back with your 30-lap feature. We'll be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Braden Carter, top of the board in practice in that 0-5, picking right up where he left off. Getting ready for our 30-lap feature in the Pro Late Models, brought to you by Randy Carter Painting out of Virginia. Feature to the grid. All right, drivers, you guys know the drill. We got 30 laps to get it done. Leader, I'm going to need you to stay 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Please keep that distance shorter than it has been in the previous race. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Again, 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. We got a CSC Carter front row. Michael Carter, Braden Carter in the front row. Dylan DeWert, Brandon Combs in row 2. Anthony Marfulio, Clay Christopherson in row number 3. Caden Berry, Sabrina Smith in row number 4. Smith will be heading to the back of the field. Jason Haynes, Jesse Ingram in 5. Donald Ingram, Randy Shreves in 6. Chris Cox, Logan Wentz in 7. Randall Dixon, Bachman in 8. Clevenger Wheeler in 9. Vitaly Morano in 10. Roberts Offit in 11. Grandy and Parmalee round out your complete field of 24 drivers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Who's going to win the Pro Late Model feature race here at Limaland? Roxanne Jones, I can see, is out there cheering on the CSC boys. TJ Hart. TJ Hart is cheering on Caden Berry. Rhonda's cheering on Caden Berry. Here we go. 30 laps to get it done. Let's hope for more of the same that we got out of the 358 modifieds. This is the first short track race that has gone halfway decent this year. Michael Carter will pull up to the outside, get in front of, well, Braden Carter's not going to let him up there very easy, is he? Slide job from the youngster, crossover from the dad. Good battle at the front of the field. Dylan DeWert up there, the FTM 20 car. He tries to cut the bottom. Brandon Combs, Clay Christopherson up there. Caden Berry, he moves up 1. Anthony Marfulio moves back 1. James Ingram is up there. Jason Haynes in the mix. Jesse Ingram in the 777. Randy Shreves battling it out with Chris Cox. Donald Ingram in that 10 car. Up front, Braden Carter leading the way into 0-5. Michael Carter gets on that high side. They're going to go nose to tail.
Big one into 3.
Big wreck into 3.
Half the field's in it. Wow, that was huge. Oh, Chris Cox just maybe comes up. Either Chris Cox is coming up or Shreves is coming down here off of 2. Shreves holding a line. And Shreves left front. Dives down just a little bit.
Elia Ryder out there. That's a name we haven't heard from. Cheered on that 12 car of Caden Berry. Clayton's got some calls to make here. The youngster out of Virginia, the 0-5 car. That is Braden Carter at the front of the field. He's got his dad right beside him in the 15. Looks like Braden's going to take the bottom on lap 5 of 30. We will extend the caution as Clayton tries to make a call on that last caution. Roxanne hoping for a father-son 1-2. I can't remember. I'll have to look on how many times we have seen that. Again, if you're out there, you're tuned in, you want any information on point standings and finishes throughout the season, check out our website, fnlrl.com. All of our point standings are on there. You got links to all of the various pages. Brandon Templeton put that together for us, and it's pretty cool. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of the standings section, you'll see the Dash for Cash current standings and where drivers are, who's in and who's on the outside looking in. $1,000 Dash for Cash coming up on the 16th of February. Gail is with us. Rhonda is with us, cheering on that 12 car. As Braden Carter goes to the middle. Brandon Combs trying to get that bottom to work. The two Carters on the outside, nose to tail. Brandon Combs on the bottom side as the caution comes back out once again. So the 018 heading to the back of the feature for this restart. Lights are off on the pace truck, getting ready to go back green on lap 7 of 30. So got a long way to go here. It will be Braden Carter. Good restart. He slides up in front of the 15. Little bit of teamwork. As the FTM boys are falling in line, not far behind. That's Dylan DeWert. Caden Berry, he's digging on the bottom side. He's behind that 28 car of Brandon Combs. Berry kind of trying the same strategy that he had in the 358 modifieds. The youngsters making the bottom work. Caden Berry, Clay Christopherson in the 51. Little bit of contact there as the 04 and the 56 of Randy Shreves caught up. So got a little bit of the caution bug here early. Nick Berry cheering on that 12 car. We didn't make it too far on that restart, so line them up and do it again. 360 sprint cars coming up next. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go green once again. The field belongs to the 05 of Braden Carter. Michael Carter to his outside. He'll slide up, get up. Michael Carter didn't let him go this time. The 15 car, he's going to race the youngster. Braden Carter able to get by the 15. Michael Carter falls in line. Brandon Combs running the middle. Dylan DeWert on the high side. Caden Berry still working the bottom. Good run at the front of the field. Brandon Combs, Clay Christopherson in the 51. Yes, the caution comes back out. Sounds like Billy Roberts is involved. 20 degrees in New Hampshire. Holy smokes. 55 out here in California, but rain is coming. To get out my winter coat. I actually kind of miss the snow, not Montana snow and Montana cold. Wasn't crazy about that, but a little bit of snow every once in a while is not bad. We will go single file. Cars are going to be strung out halfway around the track by the time we go back green. The reason why we do that is to get more green flag racing, get these drivers away from each other a little bit. As the 15 car laid way back on the start. That Dylan DeWert and Caden Berry. Berry still rolling the bottom. Dylan DeWert right on the high side on the bumper of that 15 car of Michael Carter. Let's go on board with DeWert. Had a good run in the 358 modifieds, trying to back that up here in the pro late models. Caden Berry now moves up off the bottom. Caden Berry moves up to the high side. Slide job coming, no room. They made contact. That was DeWert and the 15 car of Carter. Up front, Braden Carter is benefiting from the hard racing behind him by Michael Carter, DeWert, Caden Berry. We're going to get nose to tail. Brandon Combs, Craig Christopherson, Anthony Marfulio, Jason Haynes, Donald Ingram, Randall Dixon in the 011 car is in the top 10. Anthony Morano is outside the top 10. Chris Cox is outside the top 10. The James Bond 007 of Sam Bachman is outside the top 10. Up front, nose to tail, Braden Carter's about to catch lap traffic on lap 17 of 30. Braden Carter now starting to separate himself from the field. Clayton at the front. He's starting to pull away from his dad.
Yeah, the problem is they're both starting to blink, Braden and Michael, so hopefully they don't have a connection issue. Sometimes you can blink out at the line, it'll mark you a lap down, but yeah, Braden's not letting Pop stay close. He's kind of beating the boards down right now, able to pull away as it looks like there's nothing on the bottom, excuse me.
Everyone moves to the high side. Billy Roberts communicating with your leader. 99 car says he's going to stay down low out of the way. Michael Carter in P2, DeWert, Caden Berry on the rear bumper of that 20. Brandon Combs in the 28, Clay Christopherson in the 51, Jason Haynes in the 66. He's getting a little bit too much into that outside wall. Anthony Marfulio, your top 8, separated from the field quite a bit. 32 cars, 011. That is your top 10. Up front, Braden Carter, who can get through traffic the best? Billy Roberts with a damaged race car. That's the 99 down low. Next car in line is the 18 of Logan Wentz. Yeah. Wentz is going to stay down low. Will the 777 move out of the way? On lap 24 of 30. The Carter gang getting it done at the front of the field.
Oh.
Yikes, that was close. The 011 and the 777 got in front of your leader, made contact with each other. Holy smokes. That'll take your breath away. TJ Hart out there getting ready to plow snow this weekend out on the East Coast. TJ, I believe you are from New Hampshire, if my memory serves me. About 45 minutes east of where I live here in the northern valley of California, they get snow measured in feet. So if I ever wanted to shovel snow, I guess I can get in the car and drive up in the hills and shovel all the snow I wanted to shovel. Lights are off. Lap 26 of 30. Single flag restarts have really improved the racing. We're back underway. Braden Carter, Michael Carter, DeWert, your top 3. Michael Carter goes down low. Thought about trying to jump underneath his son there. Thought better of it. He gets back on the outside front of that 15 car. Little bit of damage on that ride. Now Caden Berry, he's shooting for another podium. He's going to go down low. Here we go. Not enough room. Yes, he will slide up in front of DeWert. Good job by those two drivers. Slider returned by DeWert. Caden Berry with the crossover. At the front of the field, lap 28 of 30. Slider by the 12 car. Crossover coming from DeWert. It's going to be a battle for the podium. DeWert keeps that car down low. Coming off a turn 4. Or 2, my apologies. DeWert's going to keep it down low. No room for a slider. 1 lap to go. Barry in the final podium position. DeWert down low. Coming off a 4. Barry with the run on the high side. Up front, Braden Carter coming off the high side. It'll be Carter, and Barry, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line. Top 3 start finish line, please. It does not get much better than that. 2 good races in a row. The Carter gang, CSC, finishes at the front of the field. Caden Berry secures another podium finish. All right, gentlemen, don't forget to go up for your interviews. We'll get a word with your top 3 here momentarily as soon as I get it set up here.
Bring up Caden. He's jumped in right here. Caden, is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I don't care what they say about you, buddy. You put on a show week in and week out, whether it's for 5th or the lead. Sliders right there with Dylan really picked up the intensity of the race right there at the end. Looked like the 12 just didn't want to dig up top like the front couple cars were able to. Man, what more did that 12 car need to possibly get up there and snag you win number 2 tonight?
I don't know, man. I think if I got up at the top earlier, but I really couldn't because I was just battling on the bottom with the other guys because they were up top, and obviously I'm not going to go up there and wreck them because I could end up wrecking myself and them and possibly getting an EOL anyway. So I just love to race people to respect and just have fun like me and Dylan were doing there. You know, slider after slider, that was really fun racing there. But if I got back or if I got by him earlier on in the race, could have maybe thrown something at Braden or Michael there.
Yeah, man, she looked good. Round up on the top. Props to you for another podium finish tonight, buddy. Who do you got to thank on that 12 ride for it?
I gotta thank God and Team IOB, my mom and dad, my nanny and grandpa, my great grandmother Cece, and my Grammy Ryder. And also gotta thank TJ out there for all their outfit watching, and Cataclysm Computers, CNC Racing Designs, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, Stingray Rock Tools Australia, and also gotta thank you and Joe up in the booth.
Congrats on another podium, buddy. I'm willing to bet we'll be talking to you again here in the next hour after our sprint car feature. So good luck.
Thank you, appreciate it, man.
Michael Carter in the 15 ride, the CSC driver, brings it home P2. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, a couple times. Now, I'm trying to put my son and I both race dwarf cars together. He's not on iRacing yet, but man, there's times where I'd pull up next to my son and I cut him a little bit of a break. Couple times there, man. You peeked the nose down there. Did you ever think about going for it?
I don't know. I'm still a little frustrated from earlier, so I was just kind of riding. I didn't want to cause no problems and take a chance of taking us both out of the race. So I was content, man. Anytime I get to ride behind him and watch him do his thing, it's a good deal because I've taught him a lot, and then it's starting to show.
So let me tell you this, man. We were in Chico last year, and my son was actually in front of me, 1 car in front of me. And I watched him for about 3 laps, and that got old, man, and it was go time. So I'm wondering, you may say that in iRacing. I'm wondering, and hopefully we get to see that someday where you guys are on the track because yeah, man, the thoughts that were going through my head with watching him in front of me, wanted him to have a good race, but when it's go time, it's go time. Great run by the CSC gang. Your dad's out there cheering you guys on, man. Week in, week out, the majority of our viewers come from the state of Virginia, man. It's just great to have you guys a part of the game. And what a run for CSC, man. What did it take? Did you have anything for him, or what do you think?
I probably could have slid him a little early in the race and maybe got the lead, but the top was so dominant there, and I mean he was hitting his mark, so I don't know, like I said, and a game's a whole lot different in real life. When we get on the track together, I ain't gonna give him no slack.
Yeah, I gotta
My
tell
dad
you,
did.
man.
My
Yeah,
dad didn't give me none, man. He didn't give me none at all. So
yeah, when I
me and my
saw that 24 car in front of me at Chico, I thought, oh boy, here we go.
yeah, me and my dad raced each other for years in the same division, and man, we went at it. And he actually spun me one night in nationals. I was a little too slow, so he turned me around to get the spot, but they put him in the rear, and neither of us made it. So,
That's
but
good
yeah, man, it's
stuff,
good
man.
times. Yeah,
Oh, what a family deal, both on the sim and in real life, man. We love you guys being out here. We got all your fans out here. Your dad keeps chiming in. Roxanne is out there. It's just, I'm not sure it
it's
gets any
awesome.
better than this, man. I think Limaland is actually putting on a much better show than I thought it ever would. What a great run, man. Congratulations on another podium. Who do you want to thank on that 15 for your ride tonight here at Limaland?
Thank you, Joe. Always I gotta thank you here at GY6RN Friday Night Lights, Dirt Track Bank. I got to thank Clayton, all you guys here. I really appreciate you having us. My dad's out there, Randy Carter Painting, CSC Motorsports, Cale Smith, Braden Carter, Kyle Hardy Racing, Pit Lizard Graphics. And my mom, she's out there. Anybody else that's watching, really appreciate the support. And we'll see y'all next week.
All right, man. Great run.
Thank you, buddy. Congrats, Braden.
Speak of the devil, Braden Carter, tonight's late model feature winner. Braden, you got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you showed some pretty good speed there, buddy. Starting up front and just able to get the top dialed in super early for that for that 5 car, and man, there was no turning back. What that 5 car seem to have that the rest of the field was lacking tonight?
Well, I guess it was just starting outside there. I mean, I'd personally say my dad gave me some slack. It always feels good to beat him, but I feel like he could have gave me a much more of a run than he did. Maybe win that race. But it's always a good deal to win one of these and win ahead of him. You know, it's just having a teammate like him, just learning from him. Pretty good role model to have, you know.
Sorry about that, man. My my daughter's grabbing my hip, but yeah, distracted by that. Anyways, the 5 car, she's on rails tonight, man. You got a little bit of bad luck. It looked like in a modified feature, couldn't quite get it together, but way to bounce back in that late model, man, and keep digging, man. We're happy to come on board and hopefully get you guys hooked up with some cool stuff, man. Congrats on the win. I know I wasn't there last week for the fun run, but way to drive. Glad we could hook you guys up with some cool swag, and hopefully we'll get you some more. But who do you got to thank on that 5 red for the win?
Yeah, I got thank you guys for that merch, man. It looks real good. Thank you for that. First off, I gotta thank you guys for putting this on as always. Uh, Always fun doing it with my team, doing it with Kale, doing my dad. And I gotta thank my dad, thank CSC, thank Kale, thank Randy Carter Painting. I gotta thank my grandma, she's out there. I don't think Kale's family was watching tonight, but if they're out there, gotta thank them. Anybody who's a fan of us, gotta thank them. Gotta thank my girlfriend for always supporting me. And yeah,
Well, congrats on a win, man. We're gonna see you run sprint cars tonight.
I'm not sure yet. I might not. I'm debating on it.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, if not, I'm sure we'll be talking to you again next Friday. Congrats on the win, Braden.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another great race by the pro late models. Randy Carter just sending us a message in response to Michael Carter saying his dad spun him at Nationals. Randy said, Michael, you were slow at the Nationals. So, man, that is what it's all about. So, great run in the pro late models, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be with the 360 sprint cars. So, we'll take a quick break.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge.
Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
You know, Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their family's permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back, and every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 360 Sprint Cars on the track. Let's get the drivers in and get the show underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Week 10, 360 Sprint Cars right here at Limaland. Looks like the track is going to be a little bit slick. We've had some real good racing so far tonight. We won't go over all of the rules. I think everybody knows what is expected. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. All right, drivers, none hurt. I wish you the best of luck. Clayton, as I mentioned there to the drivers, it looks like the track is getting pretty slick. So we'll see how this works out here. What are you expecting from the sprint cars?
I'm kind of expecting, with kind of getting a little bit more familiar with them over the time that I've been racing with them, I'm kind of thinking maybe a top, kind of move that fluff up, move that cushion up, and expose some nice moisture up there. But we could also see, I've seen a lot of guys in the races I've run the bottom and like try to keep the car as straight as you can, and you can shave a lot of time off the lap total by going down there. So I'm kind of up in the air as to what we're gonna see come heat race time. Qualifying, I think, will be up top all the way around, but man, when we go racing, I really don't know what to expect right now with how slick it is already.
Anthony Morano, top of the board, 11. That didn't last long. Youngster out of New Hampshire. That's Caden Berry with your quick time, 11.701. Anthony Marfulio with 11.285. Put the 238 on the top of the board. Matt Graham in that 91. Fourth quick, 11.7605. Fourth quick. Heath Dyke, driver out of Australia. He's third quick, 11.380. Randy Shreves out on track. He shuts it down. Sixth quick with 11.654. Man, we're getting qualifying done quick here. Braden Carter, he's up to 11th quick, 11.748 for the youngster out of Virginia. Kelly Wheeler in the 110. He's 20th quick, 12.221 for Wheeler. Jason Haynes out on track in the 66 car. See how Jason Haynes does. Driver out of Canada coming for his first time lap. 11th quick, 11.710. Sean Stevens, the driver out of Tasmania, Australia. 9th quick, top of the board, 11.143 for Sean Stevens. Dylan DeWert, he's up to 5th quick, 11.424. Sean Stevens shutting the 26 down at the top of the board. Jason Haynes, it looks like we're waiting on Clay Christopherson. Is the last car to qualify. Stevens, Marfulio, Berry, Dyke, DeWert are your top 5.
Gone over a 10th quicker than the field, and he did the down to the bottom, keep it as straight as you can line. So definitely 2 lanes of fast racing right now.
66 still out on track, beating up the track. Getting extra practice laps in as we wait on the 51 car of Clay Christopherson.
I don't see him in the session. His name's Gray on the sim, so he might have disconnected.
Looks like Clay Christopherson may not make the grid. Looks like we're going to go heat racing. Sean Stevens, 11.143 with your quick time, top of the board. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Heat 1. You guys know the drill by now. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Restarts are on leader. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Sean Stevens, Heath Dyke on the front row. Anthony Morano, Sam Bachman in row 2. Clevenger, Wentz in row number 3. Offit and Ingram in row number 4. Somehow I have lost the field. There they are. Sean Stevens at the front of the field in that 26 car. He's going to roll the bottom. Anthony Morano, Heath Dyke, Jack Clevenger, your top 4. Gary Offit in that 94 machine. He's going to roll the bottom, try to get by. Yes, Logan Wentz is not in the field. Donald Ingram in the 10 car. He's on that high side. Sean Stevens has found a quick way around Limaland. Heath Dyke and Morano are going to go side by side. Jack Clevenger currently in the fourth and final transfer position. Watch Morano and Dyke. They get closer and closer together. We got two Australian drivers at the front of this heat. Sean Stevens and Heath Dyke getting it done at the front of the field. Sean Stevens actually checking out on the field. Heath Dyke, Anthony Morano are going to battle it out on lap 6 of 8. Jack Clevenger trying that slider line, seeing if he can't start to get that to work. Maybe that was by mistake. Last lap, Sean Stevens coming off of turn 2, all by himself. 2 more corners to navigate. The driver out of Tasmania, Australia, coming off of 4. It'll be Stevens, Dyke, Morano, and Clevenger with a good run off the high side. Those are your transfer drivers.
0.002 of a second between Morano and Clevenger right there.
Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Heat 2. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Anthony Marfulio, Dylan DeWert on the front row. Randy Shreves, Braden Carter in row 2. Sabrina Smith, Chris Cox in row number 3. Kelly Wheeler, Greg Parmalee in row number 4. I'm hearing a message from Randy Carter that he's not seeing the sprint cars. If you're out there, let me know. Roxanne can see the sprint cars. Green flag is out. We're underway. Anthony Marfulio on the bottom side. Dylan DeWert in the 10 car. Randy Shreves in the 56. Braden Carter in the 4th and final transfer. Boy, they got close right there. Braden Carter gets into the back of the 56 of Randy Shreves. Braden Carter accepts responsibility immediately. Good on that young man. At the front of the field, Marfulio, DeWert, Smith, and Parmalee are your top 4.
Now we've got a show. Randy Shreves from the back of a heat race.
Yeah, we've seen that 56 car get it done. Randy Shreves, as you said, LGR Motorsports driver, is going to start from the back. Let's see how he can do here. Don't know if he'll get it done in the heat, but Consi might be a thing.
I'm going to call a 3rd place heat race finish for Shreves.
Oh, that's a bold guess. We're about to see.
It's a long one.
Lights are off on the pace truck, getting ready to go back green. Anthony Marfulio at the front of the field in that 238 on the heat number 2. Pace truck is off. We are back underway. Marfulio, DeWert, Smith, and Parmalee, your top 4. Chris Cox trying to roll that bottom, and here comes Randy Shreves banging the high side. 56 car Randy Shreves passes to that straightaway. Now he's looking at Greg Parmalee. Randy Shreves could race his way back into a transfer. 56 car Shreves slides high to the outside. Here we go. Shreves on the high side. He's about to make the pass for a transfer. They are side by side at the line. Shreves now in a transfer from the back to a transfer. Marfulio up front, DeWert in P2, Smith and Randy Shreves. One more spot to prove Clayton right.
I'm going to buy a lotto ticket if he gets it.
Randy Shreves, he pulls down off the high side where he was making the pass. 1 lap to go. It's Marfulio and DeWert at the front of the field. Marfulio with 2 more corners to navigate. He rolls the bottom, coming off of 4. Marfulio, DeWert, Smith, and Shreves, your top 4.
So close. like Shreve's hit the wall out of 2. A little bit of a run, but nonetheless, back into a transfer is very impressive.
Yes, sir. Heat 3 to the grid. All right, drivers. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4, moving on. Good luck. Caden Berry, Matt Grimm on the front row. Brian Moore Sr., Jason Haynes in row 2. Jesse Ingram, Michael Vitale in 3. Billy Roberts and Clay Christopherson did not make the grid, so this will be 7 drivers in heat number 3. Boy, this is another stacked front row. You got Caden Berry with Matt Grimm to his outside. Both of these drivers have multiple feature wins this year in the 360 sprint cars, so this would be interesting.
Yeah, this might be the first heat race of the night to put up a fight for the win here. 2 absolute heaters when it comes to sprint car drivers up front.
Caden Berry looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. 12 car on the bottom. Let's see where Caden wants to run. He's been running the bottom tonight. And boy, he put a gap between himself and the 91 Matt Grimm. Brian Moore Sr. in the 55. He's up to P3. Jason Haynes in the 66 is up at P4. Jesse Ingram in that lucky 777 is the first car on the outside looking in, with the Gears Unlimited boys, Michael Vitale and Billy Roberts, running in 6th and 7th. Up front, Caden Berry getting it done. Matt Grimm is watching where the 12 is running. Now Grimm moves back to the bottom, while Moore Sr.'s running the high side. Grimm moves back up to the high side. 2 different lines of racing here. Looks like low in 1 and 2, high in 3 and 4. Seems to be what Matt Grimm, the driver out of Ohio, is working here.
Yeah, and he just put down a lap time 0.3 quicker than Caden that lap by running the low and then top. So might be able to get Caden here for a heat race. If not, Matt's got something special for the feature right now.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. He pulled up to the rear tail tank of that 12 car. Grimm is flying on that high side. Then he dives down right here and closes the gap right at corner entry in turn number 1. 1 lap to go. Caden Berry at the front of the field. Matt Grimm in P2. It'll be Berry, Grimm, Moore Sr., and Jason Haynes, your top 4. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear it's a Valhalla project, first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, 2 words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place our fallen heroes truly live on forever.
He has no idea. Obviously, I mean, he's seen me on Facebook.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Back at Limaland in the sprint cars. Clayton and I talking about that 12 car, the youngster out of New Hampshire, getting it done in real life. Anthony Marvulio still at the front of the field in practice. So the 238 may get something done here tonight. Feature to the grid, please. All right, drivers, nothing changes but the amount of laps. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Not telling you how to drive, but the track's getting slick. Let's be patient. Get 30 good laps in. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Sean Stevens, Anthony Marfulio on the front row. Barry Dyke in row 2. DeWert Grimm in 3. Morano Smith in 4. Moore Clevenger in 5. Shreves Haynes in 6. Offit Parmalee in 7. Ingram, Jesse Ingram, and Donald Ingram in row number 8. Kelly Wheeler, Michael Vitale in row number 9. Bachman Cox in 10. Billy Roberts, Logan Wentz in row number 11. Braden Carter and Clay Christopherson are not in the field, so it looks like we will go with 21 drivers because Logan Wentz isn't with us either. All right, Clayton, here we go. Sean Stevens at the front of the field. Wyobi driver is always a tough customer at the front of the field. Caden Barry, his teammate. Anthony Marfulio's having quite the night. The 238 really doesn't want to be on the outside. I think that car wants to roll the bottom. So we'll see how this plays out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 30 laps to close out week 10 here at Limaland. Pace truck is off. Sean Stevens looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Stevens to the bottom. Got his teammate Caden Barry right on his tail tank. Doesn't take Sean Stevens long to get to the front of the field. Sean Stevens did not go to the high side. Caden Barry moves up to P2. Anthony Marfulio falls back to P3. Grimm didn't waste any time getting on the high side. Driver out of Ohio in the 91. He's running the cushion. He Dylan DeWert in that 20 car. FTM driver pulls up. Oh! Gets a little bit loose. Brings out the caution. That car just goes around. The track is getting slick. Two Wyobi drivers at the front of the field. Sean Stevens and Caden Barry. Anthony Marfulio, I'm showing P3. Matt Grimm moves up 2 in that 91 up to P4. Heath Dyke rounds out your top 5. Lights are off the pace truck. Pace truck is in the pit road, getting ready. Sean Stevens off the high side. 26 car back to the point. Oh, gets into the wall a little bit. Caden Barry behind the 26. Marfulio getting loose down low. That bottom might be going away as Matt Grimm got by on the high side. Anthony Marfulio falls back to P4. Heath Dyke, driver out of Australia in that 36. He's on the high side. He's got Anthony Morano in tow in that 32 machine. Marfulio still not moving off the bottom. He's going to give it all he's got down there. Up front, Sean Stevens, Caden Barry, nose to tail, followed by Matt Grimm. Heath Dyke, Anthony Marfulio, Anthony Morano, Jack Clevenger, Brian Moore Sr. in the 55, Randy Shreves in the 56, Sabrina Smith in the 031. That is your top 10. Donald Ingram, Gary Offit, 11th, 12th. Jason Haynes back there in the 66. Haynes running where nobody else is. He's running the middle. Greg Parmalee, Michael Vitale, Chris Cox. Vitale getting a little bit loose back there. Jesse Ingram, Kelly Wheeler in the 110 car. Dylan DeWert back there in the 20 machine. Billy Roberts. And back to the front, Sean Stevens. Now Sean Stevens starting to separate himself from Caden Berry on lap 11 of 30. We're about to encounter lap traffic. Let's see who can get through the traffic the best. TJ Hart cheering on Caden Berry. Elia Ryder cheering on Caden Berry. Rhonda cheering on Caden Berry. Let's hear it out there.
Man, they're 2 and 3 wide in front of Sean Stevens, too.
God, a little bit of contact with, looked like Michael Vitale. Now Dylan DeWert in front of the 26 car. Will that allow the youngster out of New Hampshire to catch up? Everyone down out of Sean Stevens' way, running the middle. Sean Stevens running the high side.
Oh, big one on the backstretch.
Sean Stevens piles in.
Hayden gets through. Matt Grimm is through.
Yeah, the caution will come out. Stevens should get his position back.
Not if he came to a stop.
Wow.
Not sure. Wasn't able to see there. Oh, he did.
If Sean Stevens came to a stop because he slid back ways into pit lane, so to start going forward, he would have had to have stopped. That will put him to the rear of the field. '26 car of Sean Stevens was owning the field. Unfortunate. Sean Stevens was the class of the field in the early going. The 26 car out of Tasmania, Australia. iRacing rules, not Friday Night Light rules. If you come to a stop after a caution, you go to the back of the field. Very unfortunate. Can Sean Stevens now work his way through the field? Looks like he settled out behind Randy Shreves, 9th. So we are letting iRacing sort this one out.
iRacing's telling him behind the 56, but he came to a stop, and we have sent people to the back for that before.
Yeah, we got to let iRacing make that call. Caden Berry now inherits the lead. We will go green next time by. Sean Stevens moves back to P9. Again, not our doing. iRacing put the 26 in 9th. As the 12 car takes the green flag, Barry slides up to the outside. Matt Grimm gets hard into the outside wall. That'll slow the momentum of the 91. Heath Dyke in the 36. He's on the high side. Anthony Morano rolling the bottom in the 32. Jack Clevenger in the 78 machine. He's on the high side. Anthony Marfulio is on the bottom. We got two different lanes of racing. Watching the 26 car come back through the field. Sean Stevens is up to P7. Clayton, we got two lanes of racing. I'm surprised.
Yes, we do, and I'm also blown away. I mean, leave it to Marfulio to prove that there's a true bottom right now, but I thought for sure the 360s would be ripping the top all the way around this place. But, man, Matt Grimm's on the bottom in the slick. Marfulio, the 78 of Jack Clevenger. It's good to see multiple grooves like this. It's going to put a great race on like it has so far.
Caden Barrett at the front of the field. Matt Grimm P2. Heath Dyke, Morano, Stevens, your top 5. Jack Clevenger, Anthony Marfulio, Randy Shreves, Brian Moore Sr., and Gary Offit are your top 10. Good racing so far. Randy Shreves rolling the bottom. We don't see the 56 car on the bottom very often, but he's down there trying to get it to work, trying to get it underneath that 55 as the caution comes out. Let me take a look here at our point standings. Again, any league information, you can find our information at fnlrl.com. That is our website. Go to the standings. Caden Barry has 2 wins. Matt Grimm has 2 wins. So your top 2 have 2 wins apiece. Gavin Chatham, who is not with us, has 3 wins.
What can Sean Stevens do with 8 to go from 5th?
Caden Barry, green flag is out. 12 car is back underway. Not sure why my toolbar is up. My apologies. Not sure how to get rid of it. Matt Grimm, Heath Dyke are your top 3. Anthony Morano now gets to the high side. Sean Stevens with a lot of speed, but he needs to be patient and pick his passes very carefully as Anthony Marfulio still rolling the bottom on lap 25 of 30. Will Sean Stevens have enough time? Here comes the 91. No room for the slide job. He holds off. 12 car, Caden Barry still at the top front of the field. He's running on to push it on the high side. Matt Grimm, Dyke, and now Sean Stevens is in P4. Caden Barry at the front of the field. Sean Stevens slides up in front of Heath Dyke. Anthony Morano still rolling the bottom and making it work down there. Caden Barry on lap 29, 2 to go. The youngster out of New Hampshire running for his 3rd feature win, as is the 91 of Matt Grimm is shooting for his 3rd. They make contact. Oh no, and the white flag is out, so no caution. Sean Stevens, Matt Grimm will battle it out at the front of the field. Sean Stevens comes up. Matt Grimm coming off a 4. It'll be Grimm, Stevens, and Morano. Holy smokes. Oh, both of those drivers are great friends, Matt Grimm and Caden Barry. Very unfortunate. Top 3 start-finish line, please. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. Sean Stevens comes back from an early incident and puts it on the podium. All right, guys, don't forget to go up for your interviews. We'll get a word with your top 3. Clayton can grab Murano while I set up the replay here. What a finish. Unfortunate that Matt Grimm and Caden Berry, good friends, get into a incident. Slide job, just not enough room on the final lap.
It almost looked like the car hit the slick, like half slide, and just kind of died on him. We'll bring Murano up here for you. Waiting on him.
Waiting on the drivers to get into the booth here. I'll grab Murano. The 32 car of Anthony Murano moves up 4 positions from his start. Anthony, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, Joe. How's it going, buddy?
Man, that was pretty cool. The 32 car, I didn't think it was possible to run the bottom in a 360 at Limaland, but man, you held your own. Walk us through your night in that ride.
I think just the exit of 2 on the bottom had grip, and up top it was just like you weren't getting anywhere. You had to just wait so long to get back to the throttle. So I figured I'd try it, but you just needed to get to the top of 3 and 4 to have anything. There was no bottom down there, but I mean, it worked. I just hit my marks and rode along basically. I'm not a sprint car guy. I don't run them as much as I probably should, but yeah, I'll definitely take a third out with these guys. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, 100% throttle control in that 32 when you're rolling the bottom, especially when this gets slick and in a 360, which is probably my worst vehicle on iRacing. But man, you got it done. Sherry's probably jumping up and down, my brother. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a podium finish?
I definitely have to thank Sherry first of all, because she deals with me on here. My teammates at Full Throttle Motorsports, Super Dirt Car Series, High Mom Lens, DJ Sim Shop, Swan Speed, GripHack.com. You guys for doing all this for the league here. A lot of fun. MDI TV. Yeah, it's just a lot of work goes into trying to get these things figured out, and we've been struggling a little bit with the sprint cars, but we're starting to get somewhere with them.
Yeah, man, great run by you, and I wish you a great weekend.
All right, Joe, you too. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
John Stevens, it's Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
I do, guys. How are yous?
Oh, we're doing good, man. Not as good as that 26 looked. A little bit of a. I saw you getting in traffic. They were 2-3 wide in front of you. You looked not really confused, but definitely looked like you were going to have to deal with a few headaches in front of you there, getting by the guys, and it all unfolds right in front of you. 26 comes to a stop, and if iRacing, with iRacing scoring your ninth, man, you kind of got the luck of the draw there. Didn't have to go all the way to the back, but man, you put on a show those last 15, getting to second. Man, how'd you get it done?
Yeah, no, I was just a bit unlucky there with that little incident that got caught up there in 3 and 4, and I had to hit the brakes, and it spun me around and come to a complete stop there. Yeah, I was a little bit wild on that one. I was like, no way, got to go to the rear of the field. Something I didn't do for once. But no, I made it work. The car felt good. You could throw it anywhere really, and it would be nice. And I sort of took a step back and went back to me basics with me racing a bit over the Christmas period, and sort of just calmed myself down a bit and focused a bit. So as you said, they were 3 wide, and I looked relaxed, and I wasn't pushing, and that's probably me and what I've done personally to try and make my racing a bit better. So yeah, it's finally paying off, and it was good racing all round, and yeah, a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, for sure, man. You like you just stated there, you look very calm. The Sean Stevens that we've seen, you're wicked fast, man. Props to your speed, but we can see a little bit of impatience. So definitely saw some improvement tonight, man. Props to kind of pull on the reins a little bit there. But you see Matt and Caden. Matt, unfortunately, with a slider there, just not able to get up to Caden in time, and they get into it. Man, did you think you had a shot at the win right there with 1 or 2 to go?
Yeah, I kind of did. Matt sort of slowed up, and I think that was for Matt to let Caden back past, but I don't think Caden was there at the time. So, you know, I just threw it in. I didn't want to push up too high and collect Matt because I knew he was there somewhere. So I sort of just floated up to the middle and pretty much let Matt just cruise on by me, sort of thing. I didn't want to get too much wheel spin coming out of the turn. I was happy where I finished after, you know, getting the quick time tonight, winning me heat. You know, I'm happy with the podium, and you know, it's all points at the end of the day. So we'll move on to next week, and we'll see how we go then.
Yeah, man. Just keep grinding, buddy. Way to drive back through the field. Way to get up there and get a podium tonight. Who do you got to thank on that 26 ride for a P2?
Definitely everyone back at Wyobe. We're doing a little bit of rearranging and getting everybody back on board and trying to straighten things out within us guys. So we're looking forward to the 2024 and just everyone at Wyobe, Caden for everything he does on track. Like he's putting down podiums near every time he jumps onto a track. So that kid's going to be something in the future, and I'm glad to have him a part of Wyobe. And yes, everybody else, all the sponsors on the car. You guys for putting on the show. It's awesome to be back, and I hope you guys had a good Christmas and a good New Year's. And we'll see you all next week.
Absolutely, man. I'm sure we'll be talking to that 26 ride again next week. Same to you, buddy, with the holidays. Welcome to 2024, buddy. Make it the best one.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Cheers, bub.
Matt Grimm in the 91 car completes his third feature win of the season in the 360 sprint cars right here at Limaland. Matt, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
All right, man. Walk us through it.
I was clearly fast and had to come from 6 because just didn't have a good qualifying effort. And I mean, it was the last lap, and I mean, I can't just ride behind everybody all the races. So sometimes I got to win too, you know.
Yeah, man, it's racing, right? I think everyone understands that. Great run by that 91 car. It looked like you were the only one, man. You found what were you running? You were running high in 3 and 4, but when you came into 1, you dove down to the bottom and you were closing the gap. Huge. Did you feel that from the seat?
I had ran some races here before, and I could kind of make it work, but I didn't really know how it would work in a 360 because I was in a 410 when I was doing that. So I was kind of just testing the waters there. It wasn't really working well enough to run every lap like that, but I could get a lot of momentum built up and on the high side and really get a good run on them. And I just had to make something happen because I mean, we're 2 to go, 1 to go, and I was right on his bumper. I'm not going to get any farther ahead, so kind of just had to make my move, and I'm sure he's not happy because just sucked how it had to end like that. But if I was in that situation, I'd have lifted and cut down underneath of him, and I would have left him. I left him room at linear, so we'll see how it goes. But sucks to get a win like that, but happy to get back up front here.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it happens. Give and take, but great run by the 91, man. Start off 2024 with your third feature win of the season. Who do you want to thank on that ride for your drive to victory lane?
Well, just thanks to you guys for everything you do for this league, and Clayton for doing all the admin stuff and just the broadcasts and all that stuff. Thank you guys.
Yeah, man. I wish you a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
Good win.
Clayton.
We'll see.
Clayton, there you have it. Week 10 is in the books. We only have 5 more weeks after this before the Dash for Cash. You got any final thoughts on tonight?
Oh man, that was definitely a shocking end to the sprint car feature there. You know, Matt and Caden are good buddies, and I see a little bit of fault on both ends. I think Matt was very upfront and honest. You know, we said it in his I believe it was his heat race. You know, the low 1 and 2, high 3, 4. That 91 was on rails, man, and I know exactly the incident he's talking about with the slider at Lanier, and you know Caden was hungry for a win. Matt was hungry for a win. Who doesn't want to kick off the new year with a win? I totally see, you know, Matt couldn't have came up all the way. Caden could have lifted. It's 50-50. Again, it's racing. The same thing happened in the modified. without the, you know, unfortunate ending to Caden Berry. Caden was on the other end of the modified, but that's dirt racing, man. It's tight, it's door banging, and sprint cars are super sensitive. But overall, I'm so happy 2024 started like this with Friday Night Lights. I'm not gonna lie, I was not looking forward to tonight's racing. I love the broadcast, I love being a part of it, but I was not looking forward to the racing. I thought it was gonna be a 11 midnight type of night for us East Coasters, but these guys, I mean, heck, we said it during one of the breaks. You know, what do? We're sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for the next session. Props to each and every one of these drivers, from the front of the feature to the back, everybody that didn't make it, everybody that came out, all the viewers for tuning in. Can't thank you guys enough. We wouldn't be able to put on the show if it wasn't for y'all every week. So everybody supporting their favorites out there, we love to see it. And man, I'm looking forward to a 3-day weekend. I need some rest. I need some time off, and I'm ready to unwind and watch some dirt racing.
Yeah, man. So great night put on by the drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. As always, if it wasn't for the fans out there tuning in, there would be no need for Clayton and I to be up here just talking. So greatly appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. You saw some great racing. As Clayton said, we were a little bit nervous about a short track with our recent history, but man, it turned out better than I could ever have imagined. We wish you all a very happy new year. And again, we have 5 weeks until we're at the $1,000 dash for cash. So that's coming up. And yeah, with that, we'll close. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And until next week, we'll see you.